In Berlin, a single set of railway tracks once divided two completely different realities. On one side of these tracks, the Nazis established one of their first sites of terror and began giving physical form to Germania, a city that meant to erase everything in its path. Just on the other side, the Red Island was a fortress of resistance and would become the base of one of Germany's most important resistance fighters. What today seems like a quiet, almost industrial corner of Berlin once had a far darker purpose. Initially, these brick buildings in the General-Pape-Straße were constructed to be used as barracks by the Royal Prussian Railway Regiments. After World War I, the barracks were repurposed for civilian use. But then in 1933, the Nazi SA field police turned these buildings into one of their first improvised concentration camps, targeting political opponents, mainly communists and social democrats. Behind these brick walls, prisoners were held in basement cells for months, detained, interrogated, and tortured. Their screams sometimes spilled into the streets, a deliberate instrument of terror meant to crush any resistance. The preserved cells and inscriptions on the walls remain a chilling testament to their suffering. Just a short distance from the prison stands a massive concrete cylinder that reveals the true scale of the regime's megalomania. Constructed in 1942, the so-called Schwerbelastungskörper is a haunting relic of the planned world capital, Germania. Measuring 32 meters high, nearly 18 meters are buried deep underground. Designed by Albert Speer, this 12,000-ton block was a structural experiment to test if Berlin's marshlands could support the colossal weights Hitler envisioned for his new city. Specifically, it served as a trial for the mysterious Building T, a monstrous oversized triumphal arch intended to commemorate the German fallen of World War I. While the arch was never built, the solitary concrete block remains a chilling what if. Crossing a bridge across the tracks takes less than 5 minutes, but everything changes. The Red Island emerged in the late 19th century as a dense working-class district, hemmed in by railway lines that limited its growth and made it self-contained. Back then, living conditions were brutal. Families were crammed into tiny apartments, often with little light or air. By 1905, around 30,000 people lived here, roughly 3 times as many as do today. These conditions shaped the district's identity. The vast majority of residents identified with social democrats and communists, though some also held more nationalistic views due to the Prussian military regiment stationed nearby. With homes overcrowded and suffocating, much of life moved into the streets. Corner pubs became a second living room, a place for news, debate, and political exchange. A strong sense of solidarity emerged. Neighbors looked out for one another, warning of police raids, hiding people in the maze-like courtyards when necessary. The SA only dared to enter cautiously, armed and in large groups. Its isolation had turned into something close to a red fortress. Its most striking feature still dominates the skyline today, the gasometer, a massive gas holder rising above the neighborhood, towering over the tenements and casting long shadows across them, especially in the morning hours. The symbolic figure of this spirit of resistance was Julius Leber, a social democratic politician and former Reichstag member. He was imprisoned by the Nazis between 1933 and 1937. After his release, he returned to Berlin and began working at a coal shop here on the Red Island. The shop functioned as a secret meeting point. From there, he re-established contacts within resistance networks with figures like von Stauffenberg. Moving through the streets in coal-smudged clothes, he avoided suspicion. Shortly before July 20th, 1944, he was arrested by the Gestapo, sentenced to death, and later executed at Plötzensee. The Red Island didn't just survive the Nazis, it also survived later city planners. In the post-war era, the neighborhood was threatened by plans for a major highway, but the traditionally headstrong residents successfully managed to save their neighborhood. Some historical sites remain. A memorial site at Leber's former coal shop reminds of him and his wife Anatole. while the close-by S-Bahn and Main Street hold his name. The gasometer, once part of the area's industrial backbone, has since been transformed into a modern campus. Much of the original structure of the neighborhood still stands and survived the war. The people have changed, but the layout has not. Politically, the red has largely turned green in recent years. Yet the district remains a quiet refuge for those drawn to its distinct character, set apart from the chaos of central Berlin. And maybe that's why, even today, this place feels different, as if the spirit of resistance never fully left.